Welcome back, everyone. This is the Game One Less Forever, the golf podcast, and I am back here with my buddy Chad. Chad, thank you so much for coming on.
Appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. We've been playing together for a while.
Yeah.
And I always, when I know you're gonna play, or you're in our foursome, or just me and you going out, always excited, dude. Always excited.
Same
fun.
here.
And
Except to get outdriven every time, but that's all right.
Well, I remember when we played together. I mean, we were going toe to toe every time. What happened?
Remember, you and I had the shanks there with the chipper,
yeah,
right? Like we would chip, and it was like
first time we played together.
skull fucking across the green.
Yeah, we're like, who can
It
get
was
it?
like every time.
Who can get it closer? And then we both went in the water.
Yeah. That was interesting.
Yeah, that was funny.
Sorry for that.
So no, it's all good.
That's what it's called, though.
Yeah, school fucking yeah. So, I know you just got back from Hawaii. And you played. What course did you play? Or course?
We played Koalina.
Okay.
There's a LPGA tournament out there.
Oh yeah, that's where they hold it.
Dude, that place was, it's like they had like 1,000 people go out there and like trim the grass with scissors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like that.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, man. A little breezy, so getting used to that.
Yeah, I remember I played Hawaii once, and that's all I remember is the wind.
Yeah.
I just remember the wind. Yeah.
It's like tough to judge when you're not used to playing it.
Hitting a driver 100 yards because of the wind. Yeah. So you said that you played out there, and then I asked, "Oh, did your girlfriend, ride in the cart with you?" And you're like, "No, dude, she plays."
Oh yeah.
So how's that?
She's a stick, bro.
That's awesome.
She I hate even admitting this, but no, she's really good. I had to give her 6 strokes.
Yeah.
I lost by 1.
Oh, see,
right.
The whole handicap system.
Hit it a solid.
The handicap system gets you again.
It got me. Hit it a solid 318 into the water, into the wind. Mm-hmm. So I was like in one of those I was just smashing that driver.
Yeah.
But no, she beat me fair and square, and no, she's fun to play with, man. She's I think some guys would be like, no, but for me, it's like it's fun, man. It's like it's something for us to do together. I'd say the only negative is when you want to play with your boys. She's like, I want to come.
Yeah, she wants to play. Yeah.
It's like there's 4 of us already. But no, otherwise, man, I love playing with her. She's a good player, super competitive, like myself. So we're out there battling.
Yeah.
Right.
Did she play sports before?
No.
No? Oh, just picked up golf?
No, she picked golf up, I think, 10 years ago or something.
Yeah.
And, she's obsessed with it, like us.
Mm-hmm.
She always jokes that she's in love with the game more than me, and I'm like, that's not possible.
Yeah.
Like you're smoking something, but
Yeah.
But no, she really is.
Dang, that's awesome.
Yeah, she's really into it. It's a good time.
So you said you give her strokes and she beat you.
Yeah.
How is that in the cart going back and forth? How's the vibe? Or is it friendly?
No, we're talking shit.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
It's it's like
Like with your
playing
buddy.
with any
Yeah,
of your buddy. Yeah.
Okay.
There's no the only thing she's she's like she wants me. We joke about being like her daddy caddy. She wants me to help line her up, make sure she's aiming right, and I'm like,
we're
but
battling
when it starts
right now.
to get super close, I'm like, you're on your own.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's like in the front nine you give
out.
gimmies, and the back nine there you put everything.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
And there's an asterisk on that score actually, which she hates me bringing up, but she missed a putt. It's super easy putt, 2.5 footer.
Yeah.
And she's like,
She
that's
said that was a
bullshit.
gimme?
You got to give that to me. And I'm like, no. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, put
I'm
it
not
out.
giving. You got to putt it. I did let her putt it, and so there is
So
an
you
asterisk
gave
on
it to
that,
her.
but I did give it to her after she missed it.
Yeah.
But it was
So you tied. But she
technically yes.
But she won't let you forget the win. She got the W.
No, because I gave it to her, right?
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
can't be an ending giver and take it
And
back. So
when what hole is that, if you remember? Was it early on?
It was probably 6, 7 holes in or something.
Oh yeah, it's like one in football or any sport. You're like that that missed free throw or that missed field goal. That's gonna come to haunt you. It comes to haunt you, right? Yeah.
And I didn't get any gimmies. She didn't give me shit.
She didn't give you any,
right?
yeah.
No, she's not giving me nothing.
Yeah.
And she smashed me on the front. I don't know what was going on with me on the front, but on the back,
woke up,
which is typical.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
Chad,
usually that's.
Then I turn
Takes
it
you
on
about 9 holes to warm up.
Yeah, shoot a 3 over on the back.
How was the facility? Was it like, you know how Yocha almost feels like a country club style?
So same thing. I got a funny story about that. So I call ahead of time and I'm like, hey, do you guys give a discount to NCGA members? Because a lot of like hiring courses, sometimes they'll do that. And the guy's like, no, I don't know. You got to talk to our head pro, but I'll put you in touch with him. So I end up talking to him. He calls me back that day. He's like, yeah, I could do it. And it's like $250 a round.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, I'll go ahead and give you the local rate. It's like $85. So I'm like, boom.
Dang,
right?
that's why I say it never hurts to ask.
Never hurts to ask. Then they send us a driver, which I'm thinking it's like a shuttle. So we're gonna like hop on a bus or something because it's 45 minutes away from where we're staying. They send us a driver, like a Lincoln Town Car. Like I'm 6'4", my legs were like stretched out, right?
Dang.
Took us there and back.
Yeah.
So then we were like, we should play again. Let's play on Friday. So then I call them back and they're like, so well, we actually we thought you were
Yeah, I was gonna say
a superintendent because we had superintendents from around the country coming in and playing that week.
I see.
And so we can't send
Kinda
the
snuck in.
driver, but we will honor the price. We'll still give you the same price. So it's kind of funny. So they actually, you know,
That's hilarious.
they treated us amazingly. And if you ever have a chance to go there, go play.
So do you think they would have given you the local rate if they
Oh, for
understood
sure.
if they understood what the NCGA thing was?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, but not the driver. That was the different.
Not the driver. Yeah, that was that was a little added special.
You're probably thinking in your head too, like when I get home, I gotta tell everybody, tell them you're NCGA.
Yeah, and we've played like we went up to Truckee, played a
Yeah.
Tahoe Donner up there. That's typically like, I want to say it's $200 around. They ended up giving us like $50 off, right?
Oh,
so
nice.
a lot of courses, if you're an NCJA member, they will give you a discount.
Yeah, I gotta start asking.
So,
Because I don't. I just
oh yeah, I would
whatever.
ask. I don't think like any of the public courses are going to do that, like or local kind of run-of-the-mill courses.
Yeah.
But if you go
'Cause
to a
they're like,
nicer
the price is
place,
the price.
I think they will a lot of times do that. So
I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask.
no,
Like,
not at all.
I would be asking everybody now.
Right.
That's funny.
Tip
I
of the day.
had a feeling like when you said NCGA and then they got in the pro, I'm like, they must have thought you were like part of a group that.
Dude, and when I
wasn't,
got
you
there,
know.
I felt like they were treating me like I was like a big deal. And I had no idea why. I thought like that's just how they rolled,
That's pretty good.
which was amazing, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
You got 5-star
dude,
service.
Oh yeah, like take the clubs out of the car, had the golf cart meet us.
Did they still do that when you did the second time? Or was it a little
We
more
didn't go
relaxed?
back, so
Oh, okay.
we
You're like, no car, no play.
we
Just
the
kidding.
Uber ride was like $100 each way.
Oh, shit, yeah.
So we're like $100. It's like we're like
Around.
we're gonna be into this thing like
Oh,
$400 or $500, and it was like, you just want to bum it today?
Yeah.
And that's
that
kind of what we did the
sounds-
whole trip. We just bummed it. We kicking it in a cabana.
I mean, that's what Hawaii's for.
Yeah.
Is a relax.
We got a big ass floaty, kicked it in the ocean, took a bottle of wine, put it in like the hotel gave you like one of those kind of plastic water bottles.
Oh, yeah.
It held an entire bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Put the
Throw it
bottle.
in there,
Yeah. We're just kicking it, drinking some Chardonnay,
Yeah. Nice.
floating in the ocean. Like it was good shit.
Yeah. It was
I would say
probably-
it was like a never-ending lazy river that had a little bit of rapids. Just because the waves were kind of rolling us along.
Oh,
the
I
waves.
see. Yeah. Pushing you back in.
Yep.
Yeah. And then you were saying that you're trying to figure out now how to live there.
Yeah, like how do we get
when
back
you're like, how
there
do we do this?
part-time
Yeah.
and live there a few months
Or
out of the year?
as in,
Like,
yeah.
go for a month, come back, go
Or,
for another month. Yeah, and do that like,
Yeah. Every quarter, go back for a month. right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like 4 times a year.
Yeah.
So it's like, do we get like a little condo and then Airbnb it out?
Yeah.
When we're not there, we were just thinking of different ways, like how can we incorporate this into our daily life?
Because you're like, this,
right?
we need more of this. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, my wife and I, we travel to Europe and, we try to do
you
it.
guys
We
are
don't
going all over the
kids. Yeah, we don't have kids. So we try to travel as much as we can. And it just makes you appreciate your time off. Right? I think
for
when
sure.
you're so busy every day, working, even the weekends don't seem long enough. But you realize that you do need, even for as a couple, but just for yourself, you need that time to relax, recover, and then you're kind of excited to go back to work.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know about excited.
Well, yeah.
But no,
I was
it
like,
definitely
maybe-
motivates
But-
you to like,
yeah.
hey, we want to do more.
Exactly.
And I think it's also, going on vacation like that, if you can get away from the kids or you don't have kids, it's just an awesome time to connect
Yeah.
without the daily
Yep.
things
grind,
in
yeah.
life.
That
Yeah, and the
gets you-
daily
'cause
grind.
It's
getting
so
in the
easy to
way,
get in a
so-
routine. Yeah. So that's what I was saying is it makes you appreciate it, but then also you try to be like, okay, how can we do this either more regularly or
Yep.
like you said, like a month in Spain, and then we come back and work, and then a month here, and then come back. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
So it definitely makes
sure.
you thinking like, so you know, that's why we're trying to monetize this. No, I'm just kidding. How do we make money? No, just kidding. But no, it's more passion project. But whatever it turns into is awesome. But so that's great. You and your girlfriend play together, and yeah, I'm kind of in that dilemma of I feel like that too, where if my wife did start playing, I'd be super happy. She does want to, which is cool, but then it's like, okay, you know, it's me, Chad, Bobby, and Gavin, or me, Chad, Bobby, and Rich. You know, where do you, you know, then you just have to schedule other times, right, to play with her.
You know,
right?
she's working all week, right? When all of us guys get together, we're always playing during the week.
Yeah.
In the morning.
Weekends, yeah.
right?
Weekends are your guys' time, right?
So it's like, yeah, we'll go play on like a Saturday or a Sunday, or hit something up afterward. Go play 9 holes in the evening. Obviously, in the winter, it's a little harder to do that.
Yeah.
But
And I think once we start playing like outside, I think she's gonna realize it's just nice to get out and be in the sun.
Oh, yeah.
The courses are beautiful. I mean, some are munis, but still, I mean, you play Apple Mountain, you can play the Ridge, you know.
Yeah.
And then when you go on vacation, you can play
go
beautiful
play.
courses like you know, in Hawaii. So
I was telling her, it's like, you know, before, you know, I'd always like, I was excited to get away to go play golf, right?
Yeah.
On vacation. Like, I'm going to go in the morning. I'll get back.
Yeah.
You guys probably just ate breakfast by the time I get back.
Yeah.
Like, but it is different when they play with you. It's exciting and fun.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think I would like that aspect because then you're not trying to fight the schedule. It becomes the part of the schedule,
It does.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rather than like, okay, I'll be back by 10:30, I swear. Like, really, it's like
And then you show up at
noon,
2 and you're in trouble and you're like,
and
you
you get
might be
phone calls,
slightly
inebriated,
buzzed.
yeah,
Yeah.
So-
Exactly. She's like, what were you doing all day? I was playing golf, babe.
yeah. So speaking of the guys, and you know, we pretty much, you know, pretty much everyone's been on the podcast before you.
Yeah.
Mitch was on a couple weeks ago, and you guys actually played together and played for merch.
Yeah.
Or you do it regularly.
Oh,
so, and he's said he won a few things off of you.
Oh yeah.
and
And
so,
I almost, when you told me this, I was like, should I wear like 2 or 3 of the hats? Like, should I bring them as trophies?
oh yeah, you should have.
To then
Yeah, you should have had
show
one on your
Mitch, like,
head.
you might have
one
won
here.
some, but here's my actual trophy.
Because he made it sound like he has never bought you anything. So
So we'll do like a little ad clip. I'll send you a picture so you can
Yeah.
throw it up on here.
Yeah.
But I'll show you the trophies because I definitely have them.
okay, yeah. Send it to me.
Winchester's one.
Yep.
The
Oh,
Ridge
that's
is
beautiful.
one. Do you remember
Okay.
those, Mitch?
Yeah.
The Ridge
Yep.
and Winchester. Those 2 pretty hard courses.
Those are
Yeah.
okay.
One's a white hat.
See, well-
Travis Matthews. One's
Yeah.
another. It's like a army green.
And that's the
Winchester.
cool thing I like is that now you have something from those courses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I played the Ridge multiple times, but I don't have anything from the Ridge. You know,
yeah.
maybe I have a ball mark, but and I've never played Winchester, so I need to get out there and play
Oh
that one.
gosh, dude,
Yeah,
you gotta go play that.
I need to play it. So
I think the fun thing is too is that you show up the next round wearing the
yeah,
hat.
that's what you said. Yeah, yeah.
It's like, huh?
hey, what's up, Mitch?
Remember this? You got it in you today?
Yeah.
You choked last time.
Okay. So you're fully
Yeah.
behind the playing for merch.
I think it's way more fun than playing for like $20 or $30 or whatever
Yeah.
we're gonna play for. It's
Yep.
like you gotta buy hats, you gotta buy a shirt.
Yeah.
It's usually one of those 2 things, but I think to me that's it just makes it fun. It's fun to rub it in later a little bit.
Yeah.
Send a picture wearing it
Yep.
when you're playing golf. It's like
And
constant reminder. Remember that time?
It does. Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
because it's like $20. Like, oh, here's $20. You never remember. You know, you can't.
No.
But there's no like. You can't be like Mitch. I think he beat me one time, and I gave him $20, and you know, I don't even know what course that was. You know,
Right.
so it's good. It's out of the memory. And if he says, "Oh, I beat you at this," I was like, I don't remember that.
No, it's fun, man. We had
But
to
if he
get,
comes
we
with
had
the
to get
hat,
Rich one too,
yeah.
man. I think he's awarded in like 3 of his podcasts.
Oh yeah,
and
he's
dude, he's always sporting that thing. He's like,
he wears all his every time he's been on. He's like, "Oh, I won this one. I won this one."
oh yeah,
The shirt, yeah. He's
he
good,
makes
yeah.
sure to rep
yeah.
it for sure.
Yeah.
That's because
'Cause
he
he's-
doesn't win very often.
Oh, heard it here first. Well, he did.
I'm kidding,
You know,
man.
yeah.
That guy has like.
No, he's come a long way.
I saw him get his first par.
Yep.
I saw him get his first birdie.
Yeah, I remember that.
First par. Like, literally had never parred a hole in his life.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're all so deep. Like, we've parred hundreds of holes, right? Like, yeah, it's first par.
Even I remember too when I made that turn too, where like birdies weren't. It wasn't like, oh, I can count how many birdies I've had in my hand, right? And now it's like I don't even. I mean, I've had.
That's because you birdie them all the
time.
Yeah.
Well, now I played like.
Yeah.
Now I think I can keep track of more of the eagles, and actually even now maybe eagles are more than 10, but birdies. You know, I had 3 on the last time I played Empire.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I just played Apple Mountain and I 90. So
that course
I was sniffing
well,
doubles. Yeah.
Like you had a great drive, and that ball just bounces off the hill, rolls across the freeway, and then you're in the woods.
I didn't lose any. I won't say any. I lost 2 balls, but that wasn't the issue. I was pretty dialed. It was just if I missed the green, so no green regulation, I couldn't chip worth. I mean, I just literally like was under it. So I even tried to switch to a 50 degree, and then I skull it. I was looking like the first time we met. Like our first time we played together, and I was like, it's back. I'm hoping it's just Apple Mountain, and it was so wet out there that I'm hoping it was that.
Oh yeah, dude, that course.
I'm hoping, but
like terribly.
Yeah, so
like I'm lucky to break 90. I'm not that good though. So.
Yeah, it's if you can hit 90 out there, I think that's a decent. That's 20 over. It's 20. Yeah. It's a par 70. I don't know. There's some guys who go out there and shoot like in the 70s. And I'm like,
because they probably don't hit it that far.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, the guy
and they actually just hit it straight.
Yeah.
You and I are like, we hit it far.
Yeah.
But do we know where it's going exactly? Like we hope that it's going on the hole.
Yeah.
Somewhere, but sometimes
And we like, even like you said, guys who don't hit it short or who don't hit it long on hole 10, for you and I, we can reach it. I can even reach it sometimes with my 3-wood.
Yeah.
And it's a par 4. And those guys who are still hitting driver and they're like, oh, it's like, 40 yards to the right instead of, or 40 yards off the green. And me, I'm like, fuck, I hit it too far. Now it rolled off the green and it's gone.
So my girlfriend, she does the same thing, right? Like she's always giving me shit. Like,
just play safe.
Keep it on the hole. And I'm like, hey, if I teed off with a 9-iron,
I'd be safe too
every time, right? Yeah. But when you hit the ball, 300 yards or 300 plus sometimes, you're off a little bit. Like that air is
well, then
exaggerated 300 yards.
Yeah, and then the front tees sometimes there's a 150-yard difference. Like,
there is.
Depending, like.
And she actually does. She hits it like 200 plus with her driver. Yeah. She hits her driver like it's really not.
That's fair. Good, yeah. But, yeah. So she's probably already up to the green almost every time.
She's not that far, but she does. But she hits it solid.
Yeah.
Right. She struggles with her irons. Like she hits them good, but she doesn't like. You and I, we compress that ball.
Yeah.
Right. And I think it's harder for women to be able to really compress the ball, especially when our swing speeds are at 100 miles an hour or whatever. Theirs are probably at like 60. Right. Yeah. So it's harder to compress.
What were we getting up to? You got up to 112, and I got up to 122. Is that the club head speed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll get up there one day.
Someday.
You'll get back. You'll get back. Oh yeah. First time we played together was at Dark Horse.
It was Dark Horse. Yeah.
And I remember you just bombing the first 4 holes, and I was like, oh shit, okay, he can hit it with me. So and then we also had the same problem as chipping.
And putting's my strength. It's not. It's definitely not the driver. It's definitely
you got a good putter for sure.
The putter. That's
I think
that's what I stand on for sure.
You have a Scotty Cameron?
I do.
Yeah, I think you're the one who kind of convinced me. I mean, I still do a blade.
Get one?
Yeah, I have one.
It's the only way to go.
Yeah, because I realized like you can keep buying drivers and spraying it and a new driver, and I'm like, no, I need to get good wedges and good putter because that's where it's at. And even
putter for like
and you'll have
10, 20 years, man. Like those Scotty Camerons don't. They're so well balanced. The way the ball comes off of them, it's like I remember when Bobby was looking to get a new putter. I was like, just get Scotty.
Yeah,
he just got new irons, new driver, new 3-wood, like all new clubs. Mm-hmm. And then he skimped on the putter.
No, and that's the like one
like a white hot or something, right? Or like some, which are still
Odyssey
like
White. Yeah, they're still
$200, right? And I'm like, you're really gonna chintz on that
on putter,
Like, and I know Mitch finally got one.
Yep.
I was on him for a while trying to convince him to do it. Those, they're hands down the best putter on the market, for sure. You just got to find the one that
you like.
Fits your eye, yeah. Do you want a mallet putter? Do you want a blade? They have smaller blades, bigger blades that are a little thicker, right?
Oh yeah, thicker blade, yeah. Like 2 pluses or whatever they're called, 2.5 plus. But yeah, there's so many different like weights and everything. So I just went there and just hit everything because I thought I was gonna get something like you have. You have more of like the Phantom, right?
Yeah, I do.
Or like
it's
the
like
longer.
It's kind of like a mallet,
an
but it comes back at an angle,
yeah.
and it's got 2 lines.
Yeah.
White lines on the back, which
So-
helped me just line it up and visually.
So I remember
imagine that
when
stroke.
you told me and you're just like so balanced, and then my boss Matt also has a Scotty, and he just hit. I mean, from anywhere, it's just like he just dials in from anywhere. So that's like you guys convinced me. I'm like,
Dude, even if I'm off the green,
yeah,
dude, if it's short grass, I'm
putt
putting
it.
it. Yeah, it's like
It was so bad today. I had like a 30. I was probably like 30 yards off the green, but it was flat. I'm like, I'm putting this.
all day, especially with our chipping.
I was like,
it can't be trusted.
yeah, exactly.
Right?
So
It's
I'm like, I'm not risking it. I'm putting it, and then I put it close enough, and then I made that par putt, and I was like, see,
good to
I
go.
was like, yeah. So
It's a Texas
I was
wedge,
like,
man.
otherwise, I probably would have bladed it across the way, and then I've been double bogey.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so I think hopefully we can get some guys together where we can start playing instead of money. You know, let's get them up
merch.
to the merch.
Yeah.
Next time maybe
a good time.
the beer chug challenge for some merch.
I'm totally down.
But that might actually be okay because if it's like 8 guys, then it's only 3 pitching in to buy, I don't know, a shirt or. So it's actually saves you
Was
money.
it the winner, or is it like squad versus squad, or 2 players versus 2 players?
We could,
You know what I'm saying? It's like you're
there's so many things you can do with it. So
really.
we have to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm like, really, whoever loses to the first place, like they have to buy, and then whoever lost to them, they have
I
to buy
see.
them.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
really, it's like last place
So-
doesn't get shit, right? It's
so
like,
so top 4 get something and bottom
And the
4
other 2
don't.
teams
other 2 teams have to buy.
have to buy.
Yeah.
No, that'd be fun.
That'd be a fun
man.
one.
Beer chug challenge is awesome too.
I know we need to get back out there.
I know, I'm down.
I think we went through this year without doing it.
No, we did one in
Was it-
spring.
Was that when we did it? It was
it
like
was in
May-ish. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
out at what's that course?
Castle Oaks.
Ione.
Yeah, Castle Oaks. Yep. I like that course. I think if they just didn't let the livestock run over the course, then
It would help.
it's like horses and
sure.
cows or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
It was like, what is this?
It's like,
And they're
what was
like
running through here.
Yeah, they're like, oh, sorry, one of
Yeah.
the farmers' fence fell down. And
That's
so
exactly what
Yeah,
happened.
and
Yeah,
so the
yeah,
cows ran everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like shit.
That's awesome.
And they're like, this is prime grass right here. So yeah, it's pretty funny.
They got hoof marks going across the green.
So we kind of delved in a little bit about, a little bit about you, but how did you start golfing? Like, who is there someone who got you into it?
Yeah, my grandfather.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it started when I was, man, I might have been like 7, 8 years old. We dug like in the front yard. They lived down in Southern California at the time. Dug like a little hole. Actually, it's probably like that big,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Cut the grass short in the front lawn, and I would just putt
Yeah.
in the front lawn,
Yeah.
right? And then I remember going back home. He gave me like 2 clubs and some wiffle balls. And then I would sit in the backyard. We lived at the time on 1,000 acres in the middle of nowhere. Had like this little patch of grass off the house. And I would do that like time to time, still like zero, not on a golf course, not on a driving range, never hitting a real ball.
Yeah.
And then when I was a sophomore in high school, I was a bit of a shithead. And sorry, Mom, Dad. And they sent me to go live with my grandparents. And my grandparents at the time lived in Rancho Murrieta. And so you go out to Rancho Murrieta,
Yeah.
there's 2 courses out there,
Yep.
right? And there's absolutely nothing to do except go out and play golf,
Play some golf. Yeah.
right? So that's what we did. And, smoke a joint here and there.
Yeah.
And
Still do that. Yeah.
I don't because I get all paranoid and weird, but now it's just, give me a drink.
Yeah.
And then I'm good.
Yeah,
But,
I know.
back then in high school, it's like literally had nothing to do out there. So it was like you get done doing your homework and sometimes not even doing the homework. And you're like, let's go.
Let's go golf. Yeah.
Let's go golf, right? So we'd go out on the south course in Rancho Murrieta. We'd go to hole, I think it's number 9. And there's like a it's a par 4, and there's like a little ridge at the top, and then the green is down low. We just throw balls out there and just fire into the green. Then go down there, fix all the divots, get our balls, go back up.
Yeah.
And so that's really when I started playing golf, right?
Yeah.
Totally self-taught. And I think that's why I still suck to this day.
Yeah. Well, you have this theory, right? So you've noticed that everyone who's pretty decent now as an adult or in their 30s and 40s, you realize, you ask them a question. You ask them, did you play in high school, right?
They all say yes.
And everyone you found who's pretty decent, and like you asked me, like, you played in high school, huh? I was like, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, I should have played.
Because it's
So
like you
found that common denominator, huh?
When you first starting out, and I tell anybody who's starting out, they're like, oh, I'm going to go out to the driving range. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, go get a lesson.
Yeah.
Get a couple lessons.
Yeah.
Like, but just start with a good foundation. You're going to suck no matter what, but don't ingrain the bad muscle memory into your swing from the beginning, because then when you try to get rid of it, like in my case, 20 years later, it's so difficult. Yeah, like I still hit a little cut, right? And sometimes it's a freaking bad slice. I don't know what's going to happen sometimes, right? So it's like, and I've tried to go out and fix it, and it's just literally hardwired into me. So it's like, if you're starting, go get lessons, spend a little bit of money to do that. Instead of going out and spending it on the golf course, go get lessons, learn, set that foundation, and then start going out and play.
Yeah, because in the long run, even though you're spending money in the front, in the long run, you probably save money because you won't be
and you're going to enjoy the
range.
Game more later. Yeah, you're not going to be.
You'll probably enjoy it quicker, right?
Yeah. You will, for sure. You're going to, instead of like having this kind of slow progression, right? You're going to just take off, and that's like in coaching and business, right? If you have a coach or you have somebody that's guiding you, your trajectory is going to be far steeper and increase faster, right? So you can enjoy the game faster. You're going to have more fun, and you're not going to be fighting those bad habits. Like I continue to fight at this day at 46.
Or they sneak up on you, and you're like, uh-oh, here they're back. Whatever is back, right?
Yes.
Like,
and they
right
totally
now,
do.
Even today, like with the chipping today, I'm like, I'm terrified now. So I'm like, I pray.
Dude, this game is like...
that it was
I feel like it's
the
95% mental, right? It's like you start getting in a groove and you don't even think about anything else. You're like, you're good to go. But that one shank, that one skull across the green, it's like,
I usually play until I hit that one where I blade it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, anything close, I'm putting because I'm not going to risk it.
Right.
Even if it's short or it gets on, doesn't maybe get to exactly where I want on the green.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's better than whatever would have happened.
Yeah, for sure.
So I go until that one happens, and usually it's like,
I'm done.
It's like sometimes I can get away with like the 10th, 11th on the back nine, but usually it shows up around the 6th, 7th hole. Yeah. And I'm like, here it is.
I feel your pain, man.
So
it's like if I start off like with my driver, if I start off hitting it well, I'm usually pretty good through the day. Yeah. If I start off bad, I'm already in my own head. You're trying to think about it too much.
Yeah.
Like,
you're already trying to fix it on the course.
Yeah, and you're trying to fix it on the course. It's hard to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, now my theory is whatever hit in the first few holes, then I'm just going to play that day, right? If it's a fade or if I'm kind of hooking things that day, like with my driver, and like today I was hooking my 3-wood for no reason, but then because of that, I just started playing it, Yeah. Because I was like, I'm not trying to fix it right now. This is what I'm hitting.
Yeah,
so. It took me one, and I'm like, okay.
You got to dance with the girl that you brought,
exactly,
man. Sometimes I will drop the driver, and I'll just go 5-iron off the tee, because I can still get a 5-iron out there and pretty straight. So it's like I'm not getting in trouble. And most of the courses from the whites, right?
You're still hitting a 7-iron at worst.
Yeah, you're still hitting a mid-iron instead of hitting, say, a sand wedge or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So to me, it's sometimes, but the problem is, it's like the ego in you is like, bullshit, I can do this.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, I'm hitting my driver
every
time.
I'm not giving up on this. Like, I'm going to figure it out. But then that's like to your detriment, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
then you're shooting in the 90s, 100s.
Yeah. Losing a bunch of balls. You're like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Right?
Especially at Apple Mountain.
Especially at Apple Mountain, for sure.
Yeah. All right, we're back. And to kind of get on the next thing, I'm just going to ask you like random questions, kind of rapid fire.
All right,
and it doesn't have to be necessarily yes or no. If you want to delve in more to it, by all means,
fire away.
Right? So, First question is, are you a ball hawker? Ball hawker.
See, that depends on what's
See, I like
happening
it
with the
already,
driver,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
If the driver's off, and it depends, right? It's like if
Yeah.
I'm in there looking for a ball, I'll definitely like
Yeah, peek to the left, peek
look
to the right.
around
Yeah,
for some other stuff.
yeah.
But I'm actually a super ball snob as far as the ball I'm playing. So the balls I usually grab, like I'll give them to Bobby,
Yeah,
give them
yeah.
to Rich. But I like playing a Pro V. I feel like that's
That's a go-to, right?
the go-to.
Yeah.
It's just tried and true. I feel like it goes a little further.
Yeah, it goes
sticks better around
I
the
think so
green.
too. I mean, it might be mental. Who knows? It might be that, like you said, mental.
Yeah.
But you just hit it better because you believe you hit it better.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I mean?
for sure. Yeah.
But the reason why I brought this up is because I remember first time we played, you and Bobby went to the woods,
Oh yeah.
and then all of a sudden you're like, we hit our shots, and I look back, you literally found like 50 balls.
Dude, there's a ton.
You
Like both pockets totally full.
I
like,
remember, and it was just like a bucket of balls, pretty much.
Well, I think where the ball. Apparently, a lot of people hit their ball over that way.
Yeah.
So when I was walking around, it was just like ball, and it was like, oh, I'm not gonna leave him.
How? Yeah.
So I'm
yeah.
like,
well, that's a good
you know
ball.
what I'm saying?
Okay,
Yeah, I just had to.
Yeah, that's funny.
That was
I
pretty
remember
funny.
that.
There was pockets, dude.
Yes, that
Pockets
was so
full
many
of balls, dude.
Probably at least 50 balls, 25 to 50 balls.
Yeah,
easily.
it was a bunch, dude. But yeah, normally no, I'll look while I'm looking for my ball, see if there's something there, then I'll grab it. Then I'll usually give them to somebody because I like the Pro Vs. I always play with a green line on my ball.
Oh,
for
that's
putting
right.
purposes. And so I just
Now, do you when you do draw the line, do you just draw the line, or do you actually like pick a spot? You wait. Is there any process there?
no, I just
drawing line?
so on Pro V it has like a little an arrow,
yeah.
and I
Because
just
I use that for
draw-
putting. Yeah,
and I
over
draw that,
Okay.
over that.
I
and
heard
I
that
read
Pro
a
V
s-
tried to tell you like they already wait like it's already weighted.
Yeah, I think
and they already
Bryson
do that for
DeChambeau,
you.
like puts his ball in water
Yeah,
and then
in
finds
salt water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Finds the buoyancy point.
I don't know if they do. And last year they actually came out with a ball with the green line already on it,
Oh, I did. Yep.
and I can't find them anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I had one box, I should have bought like
Yeah.
10 boxes of
Yeah,
those things.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I'm a-
normally I got like a little, it's like a little plastic tool with a little gap
Okay,
on
yeah.
it, right? So I'll just
That's usually what I
draw
did.
on
I
it.
always just went right over the line that they already gave you.
that's exactly what I do.
Yeah. And now I don't even do that. Because I play with Titleist 13s, so I buy them with an irregular number, 13.
Yeah.
So then that way people know
So your ball
like so many times. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I have my own golf podcast. I have to.
Yeah.
No.
You're not playing like
Yeah.
a red 6-ron or
No,
whatever it's
no.
called. Yeah.
So I played Titleist 13, and I love it because everyone's like when I played Apple Mountain and I hit a ball. I don't know. It was just
Easy to identify.
exactly. And so
Yeah.
someone was like, "Oh, 13." He's like, "JR 13."
Yeah.
So it was nice.
That's the other thing that's
and
nice
then
about having the green
nobody
line on
steals
it
your
too,
ball.
right? Exactly.
Nobody steals your ball.
Unless you're playing like Bartley Kavanaugh out in
Yeah. And
over off I-5, it's like
because that happened one time at Diamond Oaks. I hit a ball. It was like I could see it, and I knew the guy grabbed it. And I walk over there and I was like, "Hey guys, have you seen a Titleist 13?" And they're like, "No." And then the guy who I knew had it was quiet. So I leave. I turn around. I'm looking, and then he is like, "Hey man, your ball's right here." It wasn't there when
doesn't
I.
it piss you off too when people take your ball?
Yeah.
I'm like, hey,
Like,
fucker.
Don't.
Was that your ball?
Yeah, like look around. Like, yeah, no.
Like it's in the fairway or the rough, bro. It's not in the woods.
So on the
Like,
course or like in the rough, I never pick up balls,
yeah, either do I.
even if it's a good ball. But if we're like Apple Mountain and obviously there's no one else.
Well, there's no other holes that are like side by side, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like no,
Yeah,
I'm the same
so-
way. If it's
Yeah. I don't pick up balls.
on the hole somewhere, dude, I don't even touch it.
I even had a guy who at Empire, you know how their kind of holes are next to each other, right?
Yeah.
I was coming back in on the back nine. I mean, it's in the fairway, and the dude rolls up out of nowhere, rolls up on his cart, looks at it. He's like, "Oh, yep," puts it in his pocket.
Oh, dude, that would freak
I'm
me
like,
out.
"It's in the fairway." Like, I'm like, at least look around.
That's how fights on the golf course happen.
Yeah. So then I
like, you
rolled
prick,
up and
get
I was
back
like,
over
"Hey,
my
did you
ball."
pick up my ball?" And he's like, "Oh, sorry," and then he threw it.
I hate when they deny it.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
when
At
you've
least he
seen
said.
it,
At least he said.
and they're
"Oh
like,
yeah, sorry."
"Oh no, I didn't." I'm like,
I was like, "I saw you pick one up. Did you pick
Yeah.
my ball?" He's like, "Oh, sorry," and then he threw it back.
it's like, dude, don't make me dip you
Yeah,
on the
the
golf
other-
course, bro. Give me my ball back.
The other,
You know,
Yeah.
It was not a top flight.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
That's the
Taz. So that's why 2 reasons I like 13, and that's I stopped drawing the line because you can, it's my ball.
I
So.
feel like the line is super important on putting. I see guys, like, I'll teach them how to, like, line the putt up.
Yeah.
And they'll do it, but, like, it's cockeyed. Right? Or it's, like, rotated back. Or, like, I'm like, no, dude. Specific.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be perfect.
Because that's true. Sometimes I lay it down and it was like, I'm like, I got the line. Yeah, it's good.
No, that's how
good enough for government work.
Dude, they say if you're 1 degree off from 10 feet, you miss the putt.
Yeah.
If you hit it on the line.
Yeah.
Or you're aiming in the right line, right? So it's like, dude,
that's
putting
true.
is
That's like
so...
1 little inch, and if it's like a 50-foot putt, I mean, that's huge. Yeah.
And even think like a,
Not an
5
inch,
footer,
but
a
a
10
degree.
footer. Like, I think pros make like 10 footers, or I think I saw the other day was like less than 8 feet. They make like 75% of the time.
Yeah. I saw that one too.
But we don't make it 75.
No.
But those guys are like pinpoint accurate, super anal about what they're doing, right? They're like...
They also putt on, I mean, you played the Hawaii course, super nice courses. Like,
They play on
no
amazing
bumps,
greens.
no-
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
They're super fast. And I love fast greens.
yeah.
It's like you're playing on a fast green I think is amazing because you don't have to take such a big stroke on it, right? The bigger stroke you take,
Yeah. The more
the
error,
more margin of error that takes place. So if you just have to get the ball going on the line, that's all you got to do, right?
Yeah.
And then just let it happen. So for me, I love fast greens.
Yeah. Plus, I feel like faster there, the more true they roll.
Oh yeah.
Slow,
for
it's
sure.
like,
Oh yeah, the ball's bouncing around all over the place, or hits something and then kicks at the last second. And you're like, dude.
yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
So see, I ask you one question, and we just it's speed round, but we still
Yeah.
went. Have you ever been accused of cheating on the golf course?
No.
That's good.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. Like, or even like,
It's a game of integrity, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't.
yeah. Mitch and I were talking about that. Like, there's certain people we know that we're not going to bet against because especially if you can't watch, let's say they're in another group, especially if in another group, but even when you're in their group, like we played with a couple guys, and one of the guys was like hitting the putt, miss it, but then giving it. Well,
Giving himself the gimme.
yes, but then counting the one like they made. So almost giving themselves the gimme. So like
I
instead
know
of a
a
6,
few like bad counters.
yes,
My girlfriend,
but
is
it happened
one of
too
them.
many times where I was like,
She'll be like, "Oh yeah, I had a bogey." I'm like,
that's a 6.
"No, you didn't." She's like, "Yes, I did." I'm like, "No, you didn't."
Yeah.
It's like
Or
you forgot that chip.
yes, or
you
yeah,
get to the other
or
side
I
of the
see them
green.
duff over there and they don't count it because they don't know you saw it.
But in her defense too, she legit doesn't remember.
Yeah.
Like I have to help count. I thought about getting her one of those like little strings with the beads on it.
Yeah. What?
Clip that thing on and just count them, right?
Or the
But
old
it's like the little
ball,
clickers.
yeah, the old ball and strike counter. Yeah. One of the guys.
Rich is
in my
another
high
one.
school-
Rich is another one sometimes. You
Oh
gotta-
yeah.
And he doesn't do it on purpose.
Yeah.
So
It's just
I don't count those as cheaters.
Yeah.
The cheaters that drive me crazy
the blatant.
is the ones that say like, I'm a 15 handicap.
Hmm.
And then they come out and they shoot an 80.
Yeah.
And you're like, you lying piece of shit.
Yeah. That's why
You can't be a 15, dude.
Yeah.
And
That's
shoot
why Mitch-
80 or break 80,
No, because
right? Like that's
whatever your handicap is what you will shoot on your best day. It's not your average. Everybody thinks it's your average.
yeah.
It's what you will shoot on your best
On
day.
your best day.
So I'm a 9.7. So on my best day, I will barely break 82.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm an 11.1.
yeah. So your best day, or one of your better days, is going to be 83, but on your best day, maybe 80, right?
Yeah.
So
for sure.
So I think that's where
The sandbaggers,
people
bro.
who
The
don't- yeah,
sandbaggers,
people don't-
you just want to freaking like, especially if you play in a tournament. You ever play in a tournament and dude's
yeah.
like, he's a 20,
yeah.
and then he
Comes out,
shoots an
shoots an
80.
80, yeah.
You're like,
And then
you don't want to shove your driver up your ass right now,
he
dude.
shoots 62. Like, come on.
Yeah, like dude, that's not.
Yeah.
And it's not cool because you're robbing everybody
Yeah.
else, dude. And I think that is when it comes to a handicap, it's people have the ego of they only want to post their best scores.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually go the other way where it's like you have a really low handicap and you come out and you're firing a 90 or 95 or 100, whatever.
Because you don't
it is,
post your
right?
bad scores. Yeah.
Because you're like, I don't want to post my bad
Yeah.
scores. I want to have a really good handicap.
Yeah. But then
Which those are like
when you play net games, you're screwing yourself.
screwing yourself, right? And then the guys that like overinflate, they don't post the good ones or they inflate the post.
Yeah. Like
It's
after,
like, dude, just make it a real number.
like once I post this Apple Mountain, which I haven't yet, because it's supposed to say you're supposed to do it on the day that you play.
Yeah, you are.
So anyway, I didn't, but or haven't,
It gives you like a little warning.
But it's
when you
gonna.
post it.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like please post.
I'm guilty of that too.
Yeah. So I'm sure once I start adding some of these, I'll probably come up here because I have a few
Some higher
85.
rounds.
Yeah, some 85s and yeah. But even 85, what's that? That's 13. You know, 13
Still
over.
solid
Yeah,
round.
it's 13
Like,
over. Yeah. So
do they say like the percentage of golfers that shoot in 80s, let alone break 80, is like such a small percentage of golfers?
yeah.
Most are like in the 90s, over 100.
And honestly, even if I'm 85 and I'm playing with like you guys and let's just say we're playing straight up or just playing to have fun, which I don't think we do anymore. But let's say we're just playing to have fun. If I shoot 85, I'm happy.
Yeah, yeah,
Honestly,
for sure.
But if we're betting, oh no, I better be shooting 82, 81. Yeah.
Well,
Because
it's also because you know what you're capable of.
Yeah.
So when you don't perform at that level,
Or like
and you look back at like the stupid decisions you make, because I don't know about you, but I make stupid decisions.
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
hero shots like that.
All the
Yeah.
time. I'm like, no, I've done this before.
Yeah.
But it's like
I've done
dude,
this
I have
one
a
time.
5% chance.
One
of
out
making
of
this
1 out of 10 times I do this.
thing. Yeah, exactly.
This is the one.
Yeah.
It's like Iron Man or no, Doctor Strange. This is the one. So, all right. Do you mind if a single joins your group?
I don't really care.
Yeah, I'm the same way. But there's some weird ones out there.
There are some weird ones out there.
And it's like, that's why you're single. No, just kidding.
Have nobody to play with.
Nobody wants to play with you.
But typically those guys are like, they're golfers, right?
Yeah,
And I think in this sport,
Because they're usually quiet. Usually,
they are a little bit quiet, it
Yeah.
seems. But they're
Like even-
usually like pretty decent. Like they're decent golfers for the most part.
Yeah.
But they're just good people, right? Like I don't feel like you meet a lot of assholes out on the golf course, right?
yeah.
I do like when my girl and I go play, it is nice to play when we're just by ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Versus like and that was nice about Colina. They're like, hey, if you guys want to go off 10 minutes early,
Oh,
you
yeah,
play
that's what I
by
was asking.
yourself.
So you played by yourself too.
Play
right?
by
Yeah,
ourselves,
that's awesome.
which was awesome.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it
sometimes
is.
you get some creepers out there too.
Yeah.
She's super like beautiful, I think,
yeah.
anyways. And
Well,
so,
of course, yeah.
yeah, you get the
So
creepers
you
out
get
there.
well, and then I mean, I'm sure she's wearing all the gear too. You know.
Oh yeah, she's
the
freaking
cute,
yeah,
all the
dialed
cute
in.
skirts
Her
and
little
yeah.
skirts.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
You're like,
So,
hey, bro, watch them eyes,
it's
man.
like-
Don't let me come after you, dude. Try to be nice over here.
Look away.
Yeah.
That's an
I wouldn't
that's
do
an like, hey,
Yeah.
my eyes are
I'm
over here.
watching you,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's all you gotta say.
Don't make me
I
fuck
mean, you're a
you
big
up
dude
out here, dude. I don't
Yeah.
want to do that.
But I remember we were playing slow allegedly, but we were just behind some old dudes, in the group, and they were like, "Oh, we were about to say something, but then we saw this guy." I was like,
Yeah,
I was like,
remember
yeah,
that,
yeah. I was like, yeah. I mean,
Those guys were cooking though.
yeah, they were.
They were like the guys that had to take no practice swing.
Yeah,
they're like,
they literally get up and.
yeah, because dude, they're gonna get in trouble
Yeah.
if they don't make it back home in time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know,
They
we're-
only have so much time
Yeah.
where they're, and you know why? Because they play every day.
Yeah.
When you're retired, like.
And I even said too, I was like, why are you guys in a hurry? You're just in a hurry to go back home? Like what?
Yeah.
I was like,
Because their wife's gonna whip them, man. It's
but
fine.
they were cool with us after
No, they
the
were,
round.
yeah,
But during, I'm sure they were. And then that's when we were shotgunning beers too. So,
Oh, yeah.
So we were playing a little bit slower than normal. But no, I think
That was fun, though.
our round was on time.
I think it was like 4.
It was just those guys play so fast.
Yeah.
So
It was like their men's group or
Yeah.
something. I remember it was like.
and they showed us the gimme range that they get. It's like, I don't know.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's like 6 feet. Like
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
on those 6 feet. So
We're only
anything
giving
inside
if
that,
it's like a foot.
yeah, anything. So
It's not
they
even
were,
like the grip.
they were. That's why they're playing so fast. So and
Oh, that's funny. I didn't
and
even
we were
realize
putting
that.
everything out, which maybe we should have done. Like, hey, if you're within a foot and a half, just go. So for pace of play.
Yeah.
But some of those you miss, and that's
You do.
especially after a
counts.
few shotguns. Yeah.
Especially
But-
when you're playing for a little competition.
Yeah. Those
We're
little
playing for
knee
some
knockers. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, the knee knockers.
Yeah, I don't mind you either, but just don't be weird, But,
Don't.
And
be
then to flip it, have you ever been that single joining up?
weird. Dude, I haven't.
Yeah, I would say I used to, just because same thing. I wanted to get out in the morning, join up with I don't care, I just want to get out.
Yeah.
But I just don't like it anymore because it's just not as fun.
It's a social game.
Yeah, it's not as
Like I want to go out and like.
And I'm always cool. I always make
Have
sure
a
I talk.
competition.
Actually, I feed off of what they do. If they're super talkative, and like,
Yeah,
oh, what's
yeah.
up? What do you do?
Then you'll wrap it up with
Then
them.
yeah, you do
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
thing. You're like, cool, chill, let's go. But if they're like don't say a word. I'm
Silent,
like,
you're
all
like-
right. I guess we're.
See, and to me, that's like,
guess we're not
that's
talking.
no fun, man. Golf is like, for me,
Yeah.
is like such a social thing, right? It's like, let's get out
Or
of
the old-
bullshit. It's
or
a
the-
4.5 hour bullshit
Yeah.
session is what it is.
Or the old, I'll be playing pretty well, and then the guys like start to be like, oh man, I don't usually play this bad. Or, like, I don't care, dude. Like, just play your game.
37 holes
Yeah.
last time.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm like, it's okay, man.
That's
I don't
funny.
just play your game.
Totally
Yeah.
true.
But yeah, I used to, and I just don't like doing it. But plus now we have, I feel like
No,
my
so many guys.
my group has grown so much. One, I'm probably playing more anyway, just with who we know,
Yep.
and then two, yeah, I'm gonna hit up people. Like I'm gonna try to at least find one person to play
Somebody.
with. Yeah,
Yeah,
Even
for
Twilight
sure.
rounds, I'm like, anybody, like you, Rich, Jack, like somebody, right?
Somebody to
like
play
somebody
with.
can play.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm with you, man.
yeah, I'm not a single
I'm
anymore,
not a,
but
I'm not a single guy
Yeah.
either, dude. It's like,
So.
nah. I'll go to the range.
yeah. But I do agree with you. I think those single guys, like that's what I was thinking is like, I just want to play. I don't care who I'm with, I just
Yeah.
want to play. But now it's like more about having friends, betting,
Yeah, yeah.
more about the camaraderie. So.
Dude, even if you're betting $1,
Yeah. Yeah, it changes it. Yeah.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's $1 or $100.
Yeah.
Like the competitive nature is still like, I want to take that $1 and
Yep.
have you sign it for me
yeah.
at the end, right?
Yeah. All right. I think you already said this, but what is your index handicap?
It's 11.1,
Okay. What's your lowest?
a 3.5.
Ooh. I don't think I knew that.
Dude,
I think so you were grinding then.
I,
I think you told me.
I played like 4 days a week.
I think
Also, a member out of Valley High for, a decade or so.
Okay.
And, the guys out there, they're good. So you don't want to be, when I first got there, I think it was like a 13 or a 14. And it's like, you want to get better. So then you start practicing. It's like, I'm going to go out to the range.
Well, and then I feel like country clubs too, you can hit the range more. It's more wide open, right? So you can play more often.
You can. Even if you like get off work and you want to play 3 holes,
Yeah.
4 holes, you just go out and play
go
3-4 holes,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing for me was my chipping used to be really dialed. Not anymore. It's like one of those things. It's really is a feel thing, and you
Yeah.
have to
You
really
do it all the
practice,
time,
Do it all the
yeah.
time, and then that's when my putting got really good. And so, I mean, I would go in there and I'd have earpods in, and I'd either listen to music, and then I found out this trick. So in the putting stroke should always be 1 second. Right? So from the time you take it back, which is obviously slower than when you're coming through, but should always be a second. Doesn't matter if it's a 2-footer or a 20-footer, it's always 1 second.
Okay.
So I'd listen to one of those, in fact, I was just doing it the other day. It's like a metronome. Or,
Metronome, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just listen to second beats. So it's like tick, tick, tick. So I would just count 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And you're hitting on contact at 4. And you have to take it back right when that tick hits, right?
Yeah.
But when you do that, it literally, I don't care if it's, like I said, a 2-footer or a 20-footer, you're always going to be.
1 second, doesn't matter.
It's 1 second.
'Cause then it's
and
just
you'll find
speed,
your speed
Yeah.
is super consistent. And then what I would do is I would go from 5 feet, 10 feet, 15, and 20 feet. And then I would set those balls up from all 4 corners.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get a different break on each one. And I would literally just putt from 5, from 10, 15, 20, and then I'd go to the other side, 5, 10.
Dang.
And I'd go out there for hours. So,
Well, that's how you do it. Yeah, everyone I've heard who got down to like close to scratch is like they're at a country club and they just, like you said, like you played every day.
yep.
Like
And
if
it's
not
your
every
chipping
day,
and putting,
every
bro.
other.
It's not
yeah.
like we all hit like a decent driver for the most part.
Yeah.
Same thing with our irons. Like it's all around the green.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's where you make up all the strokes because you're getting up and down. You're getting out of the sand pretty easy.
Yeah.
And then obviously I started taking lessons too when I was out there, and the swing coach, this guy's unbelievable. And so that was a huge help. He had a deal where it's $1,000 a year,
Yeah. Oh.
and you could take a lesson every week. So I was like, I had like a standing time,
Yep.
and I would go every week. And I know why he does it, right? It's actually a great thing because most guys aren't going to go every week.
Yeah.
They're going to go every 2, 3, 4 weeks.
Yep. Like once a month, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're just, and I'm like, okay, every week. And he's like, all right, cool, let's do it. But he changed my game. And even now, like I start going back through my notes and I'm like trying to like dial stuff in. And even with the putting too, trying to dial that in more. Like such a huge help. Dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I would say for me chipping, I just need to go out and work. Like you said, like
work, dude. Yeah.
hit, the 10-yard, 15, everything. Just get the feel for it, and then go through every wedge. Go with my 58, 54, 50, and hit them all.
And dude, there's a trick to the chipping, bro, that I never knew. It's literally like a math equation. So I don't know if you've seen like the video of Lee Trevino. He's like, if you're a pitching wedge and then maybe a 9-iron and then an 8-iron, right? Well, there's actually a
he
math
like landed each different spot with each different club, right?
Land in the same spot, but it rolls out further, right? So what you want to do is, let's say that you're 3 paces off the green, or I should say 3 paces to your landing spot, and then you're 3 paces from that landing spot to the pin. It's a 1-to-1. It's 3 paces and then 3 paces, right?
Okay.
So you got to identify whatever your 1-to-1 club is first. So in that case, for me, is like a 58, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So if I'm 1-to-1, it's a 58. And then if it's, say, 3 on and then it's 6, now you're a 1-to-2. So you're going to club up 1. If you're, say, 3 paces on and then it's 9 paces to the pin, then you're going to club up again. And it's the same landing spot. You want to be like a pace onto the green typically, but then it rolls out like a putt. If you try to take something and like throw it in the air and land it close, you're going to be way less accurate than if you just literally try to roll it up to the hole. Right?
So the idea is you're always
like a putt.
Yeah, you're always just landing the green as soon as you get on the green and then let it roll out.
And let it roll out. You're not trying to fly it to
I see. And then sit or
the hole.
Or you're trying to do the opposite where it's like fly it 90%, roll 10%.
Yeah, but that's
right?
like
Again,
that's a
flop
hard
shot.
That's a flop shot.
Yeah,
it's hard. You got to put
control
spin
that.
on the ball, and it's harder to control, right? If you're just treating it like a putting stroke, and you're just trying to get it onto the green and letting it roll out, but you first got to identify, and that's the practice, right? It's like, what's my 1-to-1, and then what's your 1-to-2? It might not be just the next club up. It might be 1 up from that, and then just identifying that. And you'll see pros too, if you watch them on tour, these guys will pace up to the hole. That's what they're doing, dude. They're measuring that out to figure out what club they want to hit. Right?
I see. That makes. And
those guys are way more skilled.
Yeah.
Like
And they've
can
hit
stop the ball.
thousands,
They can hit the ball in like a specific.
They know the lies and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, they know everything, and they're just that good.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why they're professionals, right?
Exactly.
So the last thing, I already know your putter brand. We're Scotty's. I think we said it earlier.
Yep.
Scotty Cameron, through and through, forever. No.
Forever.
And so the last thing I will ask before we go, it's December. What is your, going into 2025, what is your goal for your golf game?
I just want to get to a single index.
Okay.
Preferably like a 9.
Yeah.
Not like a 9.9.
Yeah. Like I'm 9.7. Yeah.
Like I'd like to
I'm
get
really
to
a 10.
a 9.
Yeah. Actually, I'm probably higher than that right now.
But dude, that's hard to do too. So it's like, do I have enough time to put the work in to get down that low? Because like I said, I've got ingrained bad habits that are tough to get rid of. So it's like, is that something that's even...
Well, you did it. I always feel like if you did it before, you can do it again, right?
For sure. But it's
maybe
a time thing, right? It's like, do I have the time to
that's true.
go hit the range?
Yep.
And really, it's like anytime I want to go play golf, it's like, I don't want to go to the range.
Mm-hmm. You want to play?
I want to go play.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, you ain't learning shit out there.
You're just surviving.
Yeah, you're just, but that's golf, man. It's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be happy with 9.9, dude. I think if I can get to a single digit, I'd be super stoked with that.
Well, I think you do it.
So what's your goal?
My goal, well, I got a few, but I am going to roll over the one from this year. I'm going to think about it some more and add a few, but the main one is going to be, I want to shoot 10 rounds in the 70s next year.
Okay.
So.
And learn how to chip.
That's going to be, no, my goal is just to hit every green in regulation. So I don't even need to touch the.
Right. Yeah.
So sure. Everything's on in 2, on in 3, on in 1, 2 putt.
So what's your dream foursome?
I haven't really thought about it. So, we're a little short on time, so we'll have to figure out that next time.
Are we?
Yeah. But no, Chad, I appreciate you coming on. I'm glad we got to talk a little bit more about golf.
Yeah,
learn,
for sure,
learn
man.
a
I
little bit
appreciate
more
you
about
having
you.
me on here, dude.
Yeah.
This is a cool spot.
Yeah. What do you think? X Golf is pretty sweet, huh?
It is.
Yeah. Keep
He's-
watching.
I
We
lose
do
to him
have
most
we do
cases
have a
anyways, but-
3-4 hole match going. That'll come out, and so you can see me and Chad in action.
Yeah, yeah.
See how it
It was
goes.
still a good time, brother.
Yeah. Thank you,
Appreciate
sir.
it.
Yeah. And again, if everybody's out there watching, please like and subscribe, and just keep listening every week and
What they say?
watching
Like,
us.
pound that subscribe button.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hit it.
Yeah.
And then just keep watching for us coming out every week. And we will. Thank you again to X.Golf and Chuck for letting us film here. Thank you to Gavin, and thanks for all watching. Peace.